It's an undercover freak show. So no clothes when stare. Pussy so good when I'm in it. Got a fat nigga losing his breath. Got me losing my breath. Car ride. What's going on, everybody? Back again with another episode. Not for the week. Episode 2. Yeah. This week, this episode, this day, this podcast right here, we're going to talk about mental health. Yeah. I know. Mental health is something that is talked about a lot. Sometimes it's an uncomfortable conversation, but the conversation has to be had. And if you hear a lot of background and stuff, obviously, I'm in a car driving on my way to work. Work. You send me heavy work. But I couldn't hold off this video no longer. I already said every Monday, and I'm already a little bit behind. So I wanted to give you guys this video anyways. And this funnel kind of looks good. But yeah. But mental health, man. I feel as though a lot of the times, and I am another part of this, I guess, but we hold a lot of things in, I feel like, and we don't really talk to people, and we kind of just bottle all of our emotions, all of our trauma, all of our issues. I feel like we just hold them all in instead of not necessarily putting it out there to the world, but we're not talking to anybody. We're just, just balled it all in and just raising up until one day we finally explode and all that comes out. But I feel like all that comes out at the wrong time or the wrong place. So I feel like I said, me included, I'm part of this, but I feel like we all need to just take more time into reaching out to people more. Reach out to the family member that you're thinking about. Reach out to the friend from 5 years ago that you haven't talked to, but you think about every day. Reach out to them. See how they're doing, and just check in on your people from time to time. They'll appreciate it. I know we're all busy. We got things going on here and there, whatever. But I feel like we just need to communicate more with our people. We all need to be on one accord more. And, just quote-unquote fellowship more with each other. Mingle more. Have more family gatherings and Friendsgivings type of vibes and events. We don't always have to party and drink and do all this crazy stuff. Sometimes we could just get together and purely just hang out, just vibe. But yeah, I feel like we should reach out to each other more, man. Get with each other more. I feel like it's also about keeping yourself sane, obviously, right? And a way we can do that is staying productive. I feel like for me, the more I kind of quote-unquote bury myself in the work, the better I feel about myself, because I feel like I'm actually doing something with myself or with my life, or I feel like I'm actually being useful to the world when I'm being productive and I'm doing these videos, or I'm making music, or I'm at work making people smile. That's something I like to do. Another thing that you can do to keep your mental health in check is just simply asking yourself here and there, how am I feeling? How am I doing these days mentally? Like, do I feel like I'm sad all the time? Do I feel like I just want to be in my bed and never want to get out? Am I happy? Like, all these things you need to be asking yourself daily to keep your mental health in check, just to make sure, you're doing all right. Ain't nothing wrong with asking yourself here and there, how am I feeling? How am I doing? All this love and attention and energy I'm putting into other people and helping other people out, what am I doing for myself? It's actually bettering myself. You know what I mean? So that's another thing that I feel like we can do. Another thing I feel like we can do to just keep our mental health in check, or just to stay sane in this crazy ass world. This kind of goes hand in hand with the first one, but getting out a little bit more, socializing a little bit more. I feel like as people, we're so trapped in our own world that, that's just kind of what it is. We're all just trapped in our own world that we don't socialize no more. Nobody really, hits each other up to be out no more. I don't really see people too much in a social setting nowadays. Everybody's kind of just in their own little bubble, and just kind of trapped in their own problems in their own world and stuff, which obviously if you have problems you need to try to take care of them, solve your problems and all that other good stuff. But it's good to go out every now and again and socialize, and just to keep your mind level. I feel like, we don't want to just be so caught up in the work and our problems that we're just, losing our sanity. We don't want to be losing our minds because we're so overworked and we're so overstimulated with problems, and we're thinking of ways to do this and do that, and I'm trying to figure out how to pay my bill. I'm trying to figure out how to make $1 trillion and all this. Take a break. Take a step back. Reevaluate the week, the day, the hour. Just figure it all out. Take a step back. Have a drink. And if you don't drink, just take a step back. Chill. And just relax. Go to your friend's house, go to your boyfriend and girlfriends, or husband and wife, and just let loose, per se, a little bit. I feel like a lot of us nowadays are too worried about what's the next move or how to be a millionaire by tomorrow that we're not even enjoying life. How can we ever be happy or ever be sane or ever feel good about ourselves if we're always thinking about how come I don't have this, or why don't I have that, or how do I be a superstar by tomorrow, instead of just taking this shit day by day, minute by minute, hour by hour, and just appreciating everything step by step by step. I feel like that's why a lot of us do have the mental issues that we do have, because we are pressuring ourselves too much, or feeling the pressure of others, that they put on us, and we're just stressing ourselves out to the max, and that's not cool. We shouldn't be stressing ourselves out for other people, for one, and two, the more we stress ourselves out, the more of a slippery slope we're gonna go down. And I feel like it's just only gonna go downhill from there. It starts here first. It all starts mentally. If you're not right mentally, how are you gonna go out there and be something to the world when you're not even right yourself mentally? Because it starts there first. Yeah, man. I just wanted to say that really quick. This episode was on mental health. Make sure you're talking to people. Make sure you're getting out a little bit more, being a little bit productive. Read a book. Listen to some music. Talk to your favorite grandma or auntie. if you have to. That always helps, talking to a loved one for some advice. That's genuinely there for you, though. And you can put your mind into art, draw. You can work out, exercise, play sports, watch TV. Whatever puts your mind at ease, wherever your safe place is, if you will, get there daily. You can meditate. All this stuff works out. Everything in your life will work out eventually. If it's not working out now, it will. The hardships and the turmoil that you're going through right now is only going to be a testament of yours later for how you made it through. When nobody believed in you, nobody wanted to see you win, you will be the one to say, nah, I made it. And you'll be able to help somebody else out too. That's what it's all about, man. I'm trying to help people in any way I can. I'm not no therapist. I'm not a philosopher, nothing crazy. I'm just somebody who's been through a thing or two. You know what I mean? So, I'm only speaking from experience when I say it only does get better if you want it to be. If you still want to be in that negative space, that negative energy, under that black cloud, that energy is always going to attract you, and it's always going to come your way because that's what you want and that's what you're attracting. But if you want the positive energy and positive outcomes to come in your life, manifest it, man, and start working towards the better. How can I get better? You don't have to get better necessarily every day, but how can I get better month after month or year after year? There's been times where I've been so down and out to where I've literally thought about suicide. And that's not no publicity stunt or something to get my views up. I've really been through that. I've really went through the ups and downs of just feeling like shit. And I've been at my happiest and I've been at my lowest. But I'm just glad I'm here today to tell you guys that we can all get through it. And this mental health shit is really, really, really important. A lot of people go off the rails, figuratively speaking, because their mental is not right. A lot of people commit suicide because their mental is not right. I feel like a lot of us don't necessarily want to die or kill ourselves, but we just don't want to be feeling the pain and suffering that we're feeling at this very moment. So that's why I feel as though mental health is very, very, very important. And we as people need to start... Hold on, let me say something really quick as well. We need to start being more kind to each other. We need to start being more respectful to each other. A lot of us are so fucked up and evil on the inside that it's allowing other people to get in that negative space or energy. A lot of you guys have the ability to kind of shift the energy, whether it's good or bad, and we as people need to fix that. I feel like a lot of people walk around with a frown and a black cloud over their head when I know we go through a lot of stuff, but sometimes it's just not called for. You don't need that. You don't have to turn a 5-second bad thing or a 5-second shoulder bump for you to ruin or change or, change the rest of your day or the rest of your life. No, I feel like we need to get out of that negative space as people. Life is not always grand. It's not always peaches and cream, but it's not always as terrible as we may think or make it seem like either. Another thing about mental health I wanted to say is that we need to start being honest with ourselves. What are we doing in our lives that's causing us to feel this way? Who has been in our lives that has made us feel this way. We need to start being honest, so we can really start getting to the bottom of why are we feeling how we're feeling inside, mentally. Once we're honest with ourselves, then we can really start breaking down and digesting how we're going to go about getting our mental health better. How are we going to go from sad and depressed to happy, joyful, and excited to live life, excited to want to do more with life, excited to want to conquer the world. We just got to be honest with ourselves, man. And at times, it really is hard. You know, they say the truth hurts, and that's the truth. The truth hurts, and that's the truth. The more that we are truthful with ourselves and others, I feel like the better we can be later down the road. If you guys ever have anything that you want to say to me, please comment down below. Don't ever be shy to share your story or a time where you went through something that it caused you to shift your mental health, or it caused you to think differently or be in a negative space. Or you can even share a time where things have been positive and, you know, they went from positive to negative or negative to positive. Whatever it may be, I'm here for you guys. I wanted to make this episode right here more genuine, a longer video. The first one was more so of an introduction of what I'm going to be doing and what kind of direction I'm taking this in. My voice was a little shaky last time because I was a little nervous. First episode, first all that. But this time I want to be more serious and really tell you guys that this mental health shit is serious. And it's never funny, or it's all fun and games until somebody gets hurt, whether it be a loved one, a family member, whatever. And don't be one of those people where somebody's reaching out to you, reaching out, and then it comes to the day, you know, God forbid, but they finally take their life, and then you're the one crying and moping around. Oh, I should have. No, I should have, I could have, I would have. Let's do everything we can today, right now, to fix the world and to help our people get better. You don't have to be a superhero. I'm not asking you to put on a cape and go around and save Gotham City, but let's just be more kind to each other, man. Check on each other more. Make sure we are all good and on one accord. And if we're not on one accord, let's figure out how can we get there together. This is Paid Lee, episode 2, Not for the Weak, mental health. How can we get better? What can we do to get better? And how can we stay together in a positive way? That's all, folks. Thank you.
He's undercover freak show. So no clothes when step. Pussy so good when I'm in it. Got a fat nigga losing his breath. Got me losing my breath. Car ride.